Hello, everybody. My name is ShortlineK819, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. And we are so back. We are so back. And if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, then y'all should pay attention more. But the Nova C lander from Intuitive Machines, this beautiful, beautiful lander right here, is now soft landed. Bud Fronty Moore's Vine Boom sound effect. Welcome in. Hello, we are playing Kerbal Space Program today. How are you doing? But we are so back because the Nova C lander has landed on the surface of the moon, the first US lunar landing of any variety since Apollo 17 in December 1972. It's been way too fucking long, but we are so back. And yeah, that's now on the south pole of the moon, little uncrewed lander, which is very nice. And we're gonna do our own sort of lunar program today, carrying on from what we did last time. I do have another update for y'all, about the new PNG. It is slowly coming along. I've been well. How about you? I've been doing rather well because today was my day off. So well, I'll get into my day off later, but we're just celebrating with Nova C. Hello, Spud. We are so back, and this is true. It took us less time to create 70 episodes of Skivvy Toilet and to land another payload on the moon after Apollo 17. Yeah. This says a lot about society and stuff like that. But yeah, that was a nail biter because it landed and then communication was sort of lost for about 15 minutes. And then we got communications back and is now at Malapert A crater on the south pole of the moon. So that is really cool. We're landed about an hour ago. We're waiting for pictures and stuff to get back. But we do live in a society. We do live in a society indeed. I've been somewhat skeptical of the entire Eclipse program and how NASA's gone about doing it, but the fact that Intuitive Machines was able to do this on their first try with a Methalox lander, no less, has kind of subsided that a little bit. Now, I do actually have an update for y'all, which is about the update on the new PNG, which Snickerdoodle has gotten back to me today about the new PNG. So this will be me very soon. Well, it is me. That's me right now, but this will be me soon. In a little while. But other than that, he is going to become real. My progression of becoming slowly realer and realer is I'm slowly becoming realer and realer as time goes on. Also, when I look up Nova C, I also get this. So oh well. But during my day off, I did actually pop a little bit into Kerbal Space Program and do a little bit of modification. If you remember last time, we began to put together our payloads for Phase 1 of this still-to-be unnamed lunar program, lunar base program. Being the Virginian myself, I would have liked to name it Jamestown, however, everyone is going to point and say, oh, For All Mankind, but I have never watched For All Mankind. So we're just going to name it Roanoke, because that was the first attempt at, well, technically it was in North Carolina. But unlike Roanoke, hopefully it won't, die and Croatan will be written onto a tree and stuff like that. But I did actually pop in to modify these Munlink fairings and make it a bit less fucking stupid. So now that's the fairing, and that's the little protective cover for our little Munlink relay payloads. I still have to build the rocket. Luckily, this is only 4 tons. I think the other one, Munlink 2, that's 5 tons. So we don't actually need that big of a rocket in order to get actually out to the moon. And I did want to sort of fiddle around with, because we have what's it called? Some of the near future mods installed, we do actually have a little bit of fuel, like different fuel options we can fiddle around that. So I was thinking sort of a hydrogen stage. kind of a rocket that might sort of end up looking a bit like Delta 2, where you have that center core and a grouping of SRBs at the bottom, except it's hydrolox. Maybe something like Vulcan or Delta 4 would probably be a more accurate comparison. Probably something more like Delta 4. Um, Taking a sip of my water. Of course, we do not have the beautiful, beautiful Delta blue in this game, but oh well. My hope today is that we will at least get one mission done. So, we are going to go ahead and optimize this payload, this rocket, for... let me just go ahead and begin. I find it, something that I found really fucking funny is, while looking, watching the Intuitive Machines Nova Sea lander, is that when it landed, but we hadn't gotten communication yet, the stock had dipped a whole bunch, because Intuitive Machines is a publicly traded company. And as soon as the lander, they confirmed successful landing, the stock shot up like 40% or something crazy like that. And I found that really funny, because I was thinking, if you were a guy who sold during the 15 minutes where we didn't get landing confirmation, how much are you kicking yourself right now? They didn't hold on to it just a little bit before. I told my dad that because I called him before I started the stream, because he's been trying to, convince me, well, he's convinced me, I just don't have the time, that I should really get invested into the stock market, because unlike most stockbrokers, the companies he said I would be investing in, mostly space and railroad related, I actually have fucking knowledge of, unlike most people who invest in those stocks. So I was, I was talking to him about it, and he's like, yeah, a lot of people are stupid. Does this have a... show actionable toggles? Hide actionable toggles? Okay, I was wondering if for a second... Oh no, those are... That is an expandable nozzle. Please do not get into the stock market. If I were to get into the stock market, I'd buy, like, railroad stock and maybe like Rocket Lab, and then just sit on it for the next 20 years, because especially the railroad stock, which is like stupidly consistent, so I'm not going to become like a fucking day trader. Oh, line go up 2 points, line doesn't go up 2 points, time to die. Are all of these are all liquid hydrogen engines? Ulysses. Well, that's not an expandable expander nozzle. I want my expander nozzle like Delta, like the RL-10 B2. Well, this is just an upper stage engine. Let's take a look. A venerable kitchen appliance, or a rocket engine. Yeah, because a lot of people, as I said, if I do stock market stuff, I'm just going to buy like 5 or 6 stocks that I know will not go away at all, mostly railroads, and ones that I know will pay out good and will be high long term, mostly railroads, and then just sit on that for years. I'm not going to become like an active day trader, because that's like stupid. Take the Warren Buffett approach instead of your average crypto bro approach. Okay. Pavlonius liquid fuel engine. Thrust and vacuum. Understandable, yes. That's a neat engine. That's another... Oh, that's just dual engines. These are kind of neat. That's another liquid hydrogen engine. 2,000 kilonewtons. That's a large liquid hydrogen engine, oh my gosh. Well, this isn't that big of a rocket, so I think I'll just go with this. I have a thought, and I need to ask her about this, because, me and Miranda will be single-handedly shorting Astra stock, I don't know. This is a joke. We're probably not going to do that, but oh well. Okay, so that is my second stage. I do want liquid fuel, oxidizer, liquid hydrogen. That's just liquid hydrogen. So that's liquid hydrogen and oxidizer. That gives me about 2,000 meters a second at delta V. Although that is, in vacuum, that is 3,000, which is a stupid amount. Okay, fine, get into the stock market, but please do not take advice from Miranda. Listen, I'm making a joke about me and Miranda's, well, I don't hate Astra, but our combined, jokes about Astra and how it would be funny if we shorted Astra stock, but I'm not actually going to do that. I'm not wasting my money that. As I said, I'm going to buy the fucking 6 railroad stocks and sit on them for 20 years, and that's what I'm legitimately doing. Okay. Do not join the Astra server. It's a place. Okay, so here's our upper stage. This is now we do need high temperature radiators. Here's a question. Do radiators, because I know there's boil off, right? LH2 boil off, right? Does adding radiators help with the boil off? Electric charge. I also need, well, I do need solar panels for this thing. Because I do know that the boil off does actually, the coolers do actually take a bit of what's it called? They do actually take a bit of power. Let's see. That would kind of be cool to have. The Cygnus style solar panels. Radiators don't help with boil off. You just need electric charge, and if you had system heat, I would implement that feature, but I didn't include it in the mod pack. Okay. That's good. I was just wondering. Is Kerbal attachment system still a mod was actively supported? Because I was thinking about this the other day, which with the rover, obviously I was fooling around with the rover because I was bored, and I was thinking, the rover has engine capabilities, right? It has engines and fuel, and wouldn't it be cool if we could refuel it and, use those capabilities to fly around a bit? I'm thinking, well, obviously implementing a docking port in that thing and making it compatible with the rest of the systems would be an absolute pain in the ass. But if Kerbal Attachment System is still a mod that exists, I remember seeing it in a Scott Manley Let's Play like 10,000 years ago. If I could transfer set up pipes to transfer fuel from one thing to another. Kerbal Attachment System still exists, but it's kind of old and crusty, and you might as well just use a stock inventory system. I'm more talking about for, like, transferring fuel via pipes. Is there any mod that currently exists? Because I just don't know. I don't typically play this game with a lot of mods. That isn't old and crusty that'll let me do that? Like, set up a pipe between two crafts and transfer fuel. Because I remember that being a feature, and that's really the only feature I would possibly use it for. Okay. Haven't used KSS, but from what I understand, it still works. Okay, I will use that at my own risk. So here's our very big liquid disabled staging. Our very big liquid hydrogen upper stage. Oh, that is so fucking cool. I was watching EJ's stream the other night, and he went on a whole explanation about vacuum nozzles and overexpansion versus underexpansion, and why you don't want overexpansion within your nozzle and stuff like that. So, that is very cool. All right. So obviously our payload's going to be going up there. Actually, considering when we're in vacuum with this thing, we have... Well, obviously that's going to go down... Excuse me. That's going to go down a lot. So, if I... Let's build out the rocket first, and we'll integrate the payload on top. second just to see. Because the rocket won't take long. The rocket is remarkably simple. Let's see. Okay. And now we need... There we go. We can make it white. Hey, it's like our Zenit from before. What would be a good... I've been pinged 5 times. Oh, it's in the Railroader chat. Let's see. I'm just... Keep getting utterly distracted by Discord. That's Keralox. Okay, what's a good engine? Those are all liquid hydrogen engines. Pulsed inductive thruster. Oh gosh. Zenit is the crab of rockets. This is true. I love Zenit. I really love Zenit. Doing Mir 2 made me fall in love with that thing. Yeah. Water. Oh, let's see. 9 for boat tail boosters. Hey, look, a boat tail. That makes it look like a shuttle SRB. Manatee. Oh, hello, Starship. Did you hear that SpaceX wants to try and, It's a plasma thruster, I see. Spud, did you see that SpaceX wants to try and get approval to fly Starship 9 times this year? They're not going to be able to fly Starship 9 times this year, but... You know, hey, it would be cool. Let's see. Winglets. Yay, more winglets. I did not see that. Yeah, they're seeking FAA approval for that, which is crazy. I am not expecting that to happen, but... Although, from what I've heard, they're still targeting the 10th for, the next launch for IFT-3, but considering all the problems they've been having with stacking and destacking, probably not. But, oh well. Throwing together our little rocket. Here we go. Check staging. Yeah, there we go. There are the Cepatrons, and then that will activate, and then that will go. This also needs an antenna, because, well, I actually would like to be able to communicate with my craft. Maybe not that many antennas. Sounds like to me they're more just trying to cover all their bases and make sure to avoid much review process as they possibly can. What, with launching the application to launch 9 times a year, or the stacking and destacking? Alright, there we go. There's our little... Yeah, that works. 9 times a year? Yeah. Although SpaceX has been saying, you know, after we make orbit, we'll be launching monthly from now on, which probably not, but I'd hope. Depending on how IFT goes, I think they could probably get around maybe 4 or 5 starships up this year. But, I don't know. Alright, so this is our rocket. It looks very, very nice. What should we call this thing? Should we bring back the short-line space program, the, Chesapeake series of launch vehicles? That's for my. I had a YouTube series that I made over COVID, like a trillion years ago. That was very poorly done. And my main series of launch vehicles were the Chesapeake launch vehicles. Uh, uh, sure, we'll bring it back. We are in honor of the series that I made and then got bored of, so I never did it again. This is the Chesapeake. I think I had an entire system. Um, uh, Chesapeake, one core, zero boosters. Um, was it? It was. I think the numbering system was just one core, zero. One core and the number of boosters. So the 10 was the default sort of thing. And then it went up to. I think for that it ended up going to Chesapeake. In theory, I could go up to Chesapeake like 77, so 7 cores, or 7 cores, 6 boosters. Uh, I didn't do fairings because, oh well. Sounds like to me they just pick the highest possible number so they won't get stuck in a position where they run out and have to apply again within the year. Actually, you know what, now that you're saying this out loud, that is almost certainly the case. Okay, so here's our Chesapeake 10 launch vehicle. We're going to... where is Munlink Launch 1? Here is Munlink Launch 1. And now, we will go ahead... Actually, let's load this up real quick one more time. And I am going to... I always generally like to auto-strut the heaviest part. Some of these. If it's just on the launch vehicle. Got our little Asus-style stage up there, which is quite neat. Let's see. Relay satellite, Chesapeake. Merge. And now... There we go. And that has... Well, the staging is kind of borked, but... We can fix that. And that... The one inside. Vacuum. Yeah, that... I think that should be good, because that's... How much Delta V do you need to get to the Mon? Rust, TWR. Total Delta V around 6,000. Hold up, let's consult the Delta V chart. Delta V chart KSP. And then let's get up a calculator. So 3,400 to get into Leo. 860 to get out to TLI. And then 280 to get into an orbit. That's 4,000, roughly 4,500 meters a second at Delta V. And... Then vacuum, you're obviously going to have a lot more. But, like, once you're up there, your Delta V begins increasing rapidly. So I believe that should be good. Let's see. Command module is facing the wrong way. Is it? Well, we'll do control from here. 94 tons, Delta V. PWR is 1.8. Yeah, that sounds good. Munlink Launch 1. Okay. So, to me... To me, it sounds like that this is all fine and good to go. So yeah, I think we should be good to go with this. The first launch should be fine and good. And let me take a sip of my water again. Which I've already run out of water. Well, there is some left, but I'm not going to drink it because the last time I tried to do that, when there wasn't that much water left, I ended up choking on it on stream. So, yeah, that's not very good. Very ungood. Let's see. All right, Munlink launch 1. And now, where's the root part? There's the root part. So we will switch that to the VAB. And then just move that over into the middle and up. Munlink launch 1, open or save. Quite uncouth. Yes. Let's see. All right, we should be good now. To actually fly this thing. So, all right. So the first, well, let's go ahead and yeah, let's go ahead and fly this thing. First launch in a while. And first launch from Kerbal Space Center in a while, too. I think we'll just end up flying it to a standard 100 by 100 kilometer parking orbit, and then we'll go from there. We'll do TLI after that and head out onto the moon. That is... Oh, I accidentally took a screenshot. Pull up. Up, fuck. What? I closed the game by accident. Sorry about that. I meant to hit cinematic mode. I meant to hit, remove HUD, but I accidentally hit close game.
We have had an anomaly.
Yes, we have. We have had an anomaly. That's a moment right there. Hey, come on, Kerbal Space Program. Come on. The game is loading on my end. I don't know why it isn't on the, oh, there we go. Okay. Hello, KSP. Welcome back. That's a bro moment right there. I was actually rewatching that Delta 2 footage today that the We've Had an Anomaly is from. Classic video right there. Classic spaceflight video. Okay. Waking Kraken. Oh dear gosh, I hope not. Yeah, let's go ahead and fly this mission. Oh yeah, Module Manager does this on February 22nd of every year, Lamau. What, the Nyan Cats? That when Nyan Cat was released? February 22nd of 2000 something? I remember when I was a kid, I was obsessed with all the different versions of Nyan Cat. Like the Russian Nyan Cat or something. Let's see. Okay, I did do something today which is rather neat, which I finally finished my Lego International Space Station. Like National Cat Day in Japan or something. Okay. I did finally finish. I've had this Lego International Space Station partially built for over a year now, and I never bothered to finish it until today. So now it's finished, and it's sitting proudly on my nightstand. So that's neat. You know, today was a really nice day. So, Munlink Launch 1, we will fly. Nice. Yeah, I want to Legos are quite relaxing. I want to get the space shuttle / Hubble Space Telescope one too. The next one. Little STS-31 display. Okay, that's the button I was pressing. There we go. So we'll take some pictures. And now we will Okay, so orbit. Do I really need anything else? No. Not really. Oh yeah, there's technically 4 RTGs on this thing, so even if this is being actively cooled, it doesn't necessarily need anything. Okay, so first launch of the new save, Munlink, I believe, yeah, Relay 2, and up there is Relay 1. Ready for these things to fly and head out to the Mun, to orbit the Mun. You can do hold up, KSP, Muncom. Let me look something up first. Let's see. Sending them on. Okay. I think what we'll end up doing is these both will go in an equatorial orbit opposite of each other, and then we'll have another one in a polar orbit. Just to have continuous communications. Because I don't think you can do quite geostationary around the Mun. But, okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are off. Liftoff of the Chesapeake 10 launch vehicle carrying the Munlink satellites into, well, off to the Mun. I'm great at commentary. Everything looking good. Roll program. Oh, not there. Or pitch program, not roll. We don't need to roll. Let's see. Art. Let's. I forgot to set control from here. Medic gaming indeed. I need to play TF2 again. I don't know when. Tomorrow we're doing more Railroader because I am addicted to that game. Also, it's a game I get to play with friends a lot, which is always a nice little bonus. Throttle back for max Q. I do really like the, Waterfall is such a pretty mod. It really is. Just look at that plume expansion. Isn't that so pretty? Honestly, the little boat tail at the end kind of makes me, in the white first stage and the orange upper stage, kind of makes me think of Ares 1. I think I pitched over way too much, but I think we're good. Let's see. Yeah, I think we pitched over too much. Actually, no, look, we're, Apoapsis is at 85. Pitched over too much early on. Now we just need to increase our horizontal velocity. Alright, there we go. Or just continue to burn slowly. Yeah, I think we're good. Still trying to learn this rocket, but I guess in that case we can go ahead and deploy that fairing. Oh, it got a little bit stuck. Nope, that's physics warp. Yeah, it's a little stuck, but if I just do that, it will go away. In that case, I will also go ahead and jettison that stage, even if we do have a little bit of fuel left over. Okay. So now we are It's been exposed to the elements. Well, Relay 1 has. Relay 2 is still safely in its little container. But let's go ahead and we'll coast up. Activate the engine. We'll expand our nozzle. We will light up and go. Yeah, here we go. Okay. That is very nice. Nice looking. Listen, it needs to function, but if it looks really nice, you know, I'll take all that too. Okay, 100 kilometers. Almost there. Okay. $107 by 103. We'll take it. Okay, now it is time to go ahead and deploy out our various systems for our upper stage. Our Chesapeake upper stage. So that's nice. Maybe for future missions I'll add a little tug, like a docking port on, and we can treat this as a space tug of some variety. Let's see. Okay, we are in low Kerbal orbit. Now where is the Mun? Where the Mun be at? The Mun is over there. Well, we're gonna have to do a burn over here roughly. Okay, so just pay attention to where the Mun is. And then we can do a little transmuter injection burn. Let's see. Sunrise, which is always nice. Okay. Let's get this thing reorientated to its proper position. There we go. And now I'll continue just a little bit. No. I'm just waiting for the moon to come over the horizon. So, and that's when I'll begin my TLI. There it is. Okay. Let's begin the TLI burn. There we go. Turn that around, get a view like that. Just taking pictures is always... Oh, nope. Taking pictures is always something that I always enjoy doing in this game. Let's see. Put them on as a target. Power of hydrogen, of course. It's a pain in the ass to work with in real life, but you know, in KSP, it's also in real life too. It's a very, very efficient fuel. So, okay. And Oh, that will get us a trajectory which will cause us to re-impact the moon. Don't really need a free return, so there we go. We have a trajectory now, which is nice. So we're on course to the moon, or whatever. Relay 1 and 2. I do really like this, because the other fairing that I had put together to kind of cover, because there's two of them. And the other fairing that I kind of put together to cover that up is wasn't that great. Truly one of the fairings of all time. But okay. Let's see. Okay. So we are on a course out for the Mun. Should we do a inclination change way out here? I'd probably say yeah. Okay. Yeah, and it'll help lower our orbit too, which is nice. So here we go. There's our inclination change. And now, we will coast away from Kerbin. Damn. You know, there's a time coming in the not too distant future where obviously we got these sort of views. Obviously we got these sort of views from Nova C, from Artemis 1, even from Peregrine, right? But there is a view in the not too distant future where this is just any sort of view from space is spectacular, but you know, and we've been getting more and more of photos from the Earth sort of farther away. But there's coming a very point in time, very quick, where photos like this, which even now a lot of us space fans find truly remarkable, are just as common and just as sort of almost mundane as views from low Earth orbit, from the International Space Station and stuff like that. It's only a good few years away. We really do have it good right now. We really do. Okay. Now we will just coast out to the Mun. There's the Mun right there. Hydrogen and oxygen still holding pretty steady. Well, we have the coolers enabled, so if we didn't have the coolers enabled, I'm pretty sure we would have run out by now. But, oh well. Alright, warp to... What kind of orbit do we want these things in? Let's see. How high of an orbit? Probably around 200, 300 maybe? Kilometers above the moon? If I were to guess. Oh, that's always nice. Game is very pretty. I do have parallax installed, so that's always nice to see. That's always nice to have. I can't wait to see the pictures that Nova C sends back to us, because those are going to be rather neat. Right, ignition. As I said, what kind of orbit do we want to put these in? Preferably as high up as we possibly can, because these relays will work. Well, yeah, of course they'll work, but they will work from this high up. That's kind of their entire point. We put them in like when Nova D. Nova D is actually something that they have planned. So when will it happen? I don't know. I was looking at this today. They do have 3 Nova D or Nova C missions planned, currently. One later. All of them might happen this year. Like, that's what they're listed as launching at, but I highly doubt that. But realistically, over the next, there'll probably be one either later this year or early next year, another Nova C, and then one more after that. And then they've said they will actually move on to a Nova D lander. I don't know what exactly that entails, other than that it is something that they say, yeah, this exists, we're gonna do it. So okay, let's go ahead and circularize this orbit. 1,000 meters would be good. That gives us basically coverage of the entire surface of the moon. So we just need to warp up to there. Very, very far above the moon. The moon is kind of like blurry. So that'll be rather neat. I think the next Clips mission is Firefly Blue Ghost, which is going to be occurring later this year. And if it doesn't happen, Miranda will have to donate 100. If it doesn't successfully land, Miranda will have to donate 150 to charity. I will hold her to account for that. But oh well. Yes, we need to circularize our very high lunar orbit. What's the orbital period on this? 1 day and 3 hours. Okay. Well, excuse me, some people have decided to text, and I gotta check my text messages real quick. Oh, my phone is also at like 5%. Oh, just my family group chat. My sister and her boyfriend. Gosh, I don't. As I said, today was my first day off in about 10 days, and I'm just thinking to myself, I really don't want to go back to work tomorrow, but I have to. So, ugh. All right, so. Now, I'm just gonna quick save real quick. It is time to deploy the relay number 1. Is that before or after Chang'e? I don't know if they put a specific date on it. Nova D lander. I don't know if they put a specific date on it, but let me see. Yeah, they haven't so far. Oh, it's my dog. I thought my phone was going off. Now time to deploy the first relay satellite. So there we go. Undock. Oh. Might want to greatly reduce the control of those. But yeah, our first Munlink relay is now here apart. First, we got to name the craft. So Munlink Relay 1. There we go. Now it's off in the distance, and there are technically 4 fairings now just orbiting high above the moon, but the moment that we just time warp, they'll disappear because fairings aren't... The actual fairing shells aren't like permanent pieces in this game. Okay. Now we have to get this thing into its proper orbit, which... Go ahead and warp up to the apoapsis. Let's see. So prograde. And now we will... There we go. For that. 1,000 kilometers. 1,045. 1,045 by... well, we need to go to the periapsis now. I wanna get this as circularized as I possibly can. But yeah. Something I do want to do is actually, like, between each mission, I do want to, you know, like, oh, 7 days between this mission and stuff like that. So just because, you know, it would be more realistic. Link to the background music? I will link you to the background music in a moment, bud. Up. It is, by the way, is the audio at a good level? The last stream, the audio was the music, because I was using this is a new playlist that I found, and it's a bit low, so I think hopefully it's all okay. But, alright, Relay 1 is in fact in its final position, so that is rather nice. Around the Mun, Relay 1. Look at that. Ain't that neat? Okay. So now we just gotta switch back to Munlink launch. Munlink launch 1. Switch 2. And then I think once this space tug is, you know, once we're through with it, we'll just ram it into the moon. Let's see. Okay, here we are. Actually, we would have enough delta V to technically land that thing. Maybe we'll send it off into interplanetary space as like, oh yeah, this was our first mission, sort of a memorial sort of thing. In this case, in order to help this along, what I am going to do, because if we just warped around here waiting for these things to get to the opposite end of their orbits, actually, how long would that take? Yeah, fucking forever. I'm not waiting. Let's just warp around real quick. And Danke, you're welcome. Or bitte, bitteschön. I took 5 years of German and don't remember any of it. Except for like the absolute basics. Alright. Let's wait a few days. Get to the opposite end of the orbit from this. Let's see, so we'll reach... Yep, okay, there we go. Now... ignite that engine. There we go. So now we're in that orbit. And now it is time to deploy Relay 2. So Relay 2 will now... Well, first we got to, of course, deploy the antenna. And then we will go ahead and we will undock. And Relay 2, control, thrust limiter. Thrust limit down to like 15. And then we will, of course, rename this to configure vessel naming. Munlink Relay 2. And if we had scientific instruments on the surface of the Mun, I would be going ahead and crashing this into the Mun just like what they did with the S4Bs. I wonder if they're going to do that with ICPS. Crash that into the surface just so you can get seismic data. That would be interesting. Although I know for the Artemis 2 ICPS, that's just going to stay in a high Earth orbit. That's not going out to the moon. Or it might be. They might be able to do another burn to get it out to the moon, but I'm not entirely sure. But probably not. Or for like Artemis 3 and beyond, are they just going to slam the ICPS and the EUS into the surface? I will go ahead and I will rename this. We will rename this. This is Munlink Launch 1 Chesapeake Upper Stage, because I can never remember the name of the bay. Well, I remember the name of the bay, I just don't remember how to spell it. Which was the last time well, actually, yeah, I was in Baltimore a couple of weeks ago. I remember the last time I've seen this body of water. Not that far away, so... hold up. There's the city of Chesapeake, Virginia, which I think I've been through there. I don't know if I've never lived there, but, Chesapeake Upper Stage. And name priority is 0. And just to sort of simulate, I'm going to go ahead and disable the cooling. And we're going to put this into... can we put it into hibernate control? We'll enable the cooling. We'll keep the cooling. We'll just send this out into a solar orbit. Hearing about Baltimore and the Expanse a bunch of times got me to the point where it feels like a fictional location to me. Baltimore is very much a real place. I've been there. They have a very shitty transit system. Even by American standards. Is gosh awful. But, Nope, okay. Munlink Relay 2. We'll get this into its proper orbit. I have not watched The Expanse. I probably should, but I don't have the time. Okay. Warp here. It's a good show. I'm reading the books right now. Ah, neat. Like, I've heard a lot about it, and some of the things in it, but I don't know. Someday I'll get around to actually watching all this stuff that I really should watch. I don't know. I'm very much the kind of person to just, like, I don't watch a whole lot of TV shows. I don't watch a whole lot of movies. I don't really watch that many movies a year, although I've been itching to watch Death of Stalin again, because that is my favorite movie of all time. Another movie that I've been itching to watch again is Ed Wood, which is both Tim Burton's and Johnny Depp's best movie. It's also the only movie they ever made that ever lost money. But I really need to watch that movie again, because that is a very perfect movie. And as someone who has been involved in the making of very shitty film projects before, that one certainly does resonate to me on a level. Ed Wood is also one of the only movies that'll, like, actively quote. Oh my gosh, that is perfect. Look at that. Munlink Relay 2, Munlink Relay 1. Take a look at that. That is actually rather nice. Got that down. Okay, switch to. Now time to eject this thing into a solar orbit where I will never see it again. But hey, it's cool. Maybe at some point it'll come back to Earth like the Apollo 12 S4B. Okay. So now... Do I have communications? Yes, I do. Or do I? Oh, do I just not have control over this? Okay. Oh, because this doesn't have... It has a communicatron, but not a relay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's just burn this thing until completion. I don't know why it's showing I have 0 delta V, but... We'll just burn this thing until completion, basically. Although it's hydrogen, so you have a ridiculous amount of delta V. This will now be leaving the solar system, so... Oh, we got a Duna encounter. What if we send this thing off to Duna? Come on. Hey, what if we get a Duna encounter? Or is that another Kerbal encounter? Yeah, that's another Kerbal encounter, actually. In 1 year. You know what? I'll keep this as having a Kerbal encounter. Just because it'd be funny just to see this thing fly back through the solar system. I am wondering, though, why it doesn't have, why it, Yeah, okay. Now we're leaving Kerbal. Anyways, this mission is now done. Okay. Let me just go ahead and check some things. That has a relay, a micro relay that has... And now switch to... One link relay 2. Switch to that. Yeah, that's all good. Okay, so yeah, it's all good. And then that will, of course, be flying. Another mod that I would actually like to install is Kerbal Alarm Clock. So I will make a note of that, of the fact that I have to install a Kerbal Alarm Clock. So, Kerbal Alarm Clock. There we go. And okay. First mission done. First 2 satellites in their orbit. And yeah, now it's time for the second launch, which will be the well, let's wait a couple of days. At the end of the mission, let's always warp 7 days. We're gonna establish that sort of rule just to make sure that time can go by. Oh, I do have Kerbal Alarm Clock. Well, I guess that's the base alarm installed. A base alarm mod? Or base alarm feature? I am here now. Hello, Hoxie How. Welcome in. We just got done with our first mission, which was delivering to... The stock game includes an alarm now? Okay, yeah. For some reason, I didn't notice. But Kerbal Alarm Clock is still better. I might still install Kerbal Alarm Clock. Hello, Hoxie How. Yeah, well, I said that. Welcome in. We just got done doing our first mission, which was deploying 2 relay satellites. And 2 relay satellites to around the month. And now we're gonna do our second mission, which is deploying the third relay satellite and our scanning satellite. So that's what we're going to do now. Actually, we're going to get the payload integrated. I think we're going to put it out on the pad. And then I actually might need to go run upstairs for a second and get just a little bit of a drink of water. But, let's go ahead, merge that in, of course. So fairing, yep. Yeah, there we go. And then with these, I'm gonna go now take care. Well, thank you for joining in, Spud, and as always. But thank you for watching. Let's see. This part. That auto struts. Two heaviest. Oh, that's the fairing. I don't want the fairing to auto strut. The Probodobadine, we need that to auto strut. So that right there is Munlink Launch 2. Relay 3, Mooner Pathfinder, yep. We're gonna save. And we are going to rotate that up that way. We're gonna switch the editor to the VAB. I always, the SPH always has way better camera controls than the VAB does, which is why I typically do things in the VAB, or SPH. I build in the SPH and then transfer everything over. Alright, so now it's time for Munlink Launch 2. So, save that. We're gonna launch. And now, I am going to... we're gonna put it on the pad, and then we're gonna very quickly, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get some water, because I've been running my mouth for about an hour now, and, I've run out of water, so we'll just go ahead and put that on the pad. Yeah, I will be right back, friends. Just, give me a moment. I did add some new photos to the slideshow, so see if you can spot those. Be right back. Hello friends, I am back. Was that TF2? Was there TF2? Was there an ad? Because I have a playlist playing in the background, obviously for my background music, and there might have just been an ad that played. I don't know. I do play TF2. So that's TF2 if you're wondering. The greatest weapon of all time. Okay, sorry, my friend was just trying to... He was just, saying something, so... let's go ahead and fly this mission now, so... I keep getting pinged. Oh, just Jack asking if you could... We have a sandbox railroader thing. A railroader sandbox that we are, a sandbox game of railroader. It took me 3 times to say that, jeez. That we have going right now. And my friend Jack was just asking me if, oh, could I know we were switching out these cars. Do you mind if I take them to this location? I was like, yeah, go ahead. Do whatever you want, man. Alright. Time for launch 2. So this is actually going, this is going to be a bit of a different launch. We're only delivering 1 relay. However, we do have the Lunar Pathfinder satellite. And this is going to be going into a polar orbit. So let's go ahead and well, fly this thing, shall we? So, excuse me. I have the hiccups, I think. 3 or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff of the second launch of the Munlink system, carrying relay number 3 and Lunar Pathfinder into a polar orbit around the moon, prepping for future Kerbal exploration of the surface. Gotta do my best, you know, after rocket launches, they always say a few words and whatnot about the mission. Now that I know how this rocket works a bit better, I'm not going to pitch over as much. Can transmit science, full probe control. All good. I love the sounds. The sounds in this that were added as part of my mod pack. I forget what mod does that exactly. It might be Waterfall. I don't remember. I'd have to ask Spud, but he's not here anymore. They're just so beautiful. My favorite thing is the plume, the waterfall plume effects. You know, when you see a rocket launch, because pressure gets less and less as you go up, so the plume begins to expand out of the nozzle. That's always really pretty. But you're starting to see it now. Look, expanded plume. With things like solid rocket boosters, it can be particularly impressive. So keep this attitude for a while. I think we're getting the vehicle dialed in a little bit more here, so in terms of the trajectory that we need to have. Oh yeah, this is a lot better. We're just gonna continue to point in this attitude for now. But yeah. As we get up higher and higher, I do want more vertical velocity. So you do a big maneuver like this, which is what the H3 does. The H3 has a tendency to drift. Okay, main engine cut off. And let's go ahead and... I'm gonna get some nice pictures of this. There we go. Fairing deploy. The fairing deployed nicely. That's a nice photo right there. Okay. Everything looking good. Have that go into the corner over there. And, yeah. We're gonna warp up to the apoapsis now. And we're gonna go ahead and deploy that nozzle. Oh, that'll never get old. There you go. Oh, does a synthwave song have like bits of spaceflight played into that? Because I know some of them do that. I've come across some songs that will add like various callouts and stuff like that. Throttle back the engines. And we will soon be in a proper orbit. Just give me a moment. Oh no, it's just random vocals. Okay. We are now in 107 by 103. I think that was the exact same as last time. Oh well. Go ahead, extend the antennas, extend the solar panels. And yeah, there we go. Alrighty. Now we just need to wait for TLI. So we're going to go ahead and... Yeah, up. Okay, never mind. We'll go around one more time. But, you know, I was thinking about this, because I typically play this game in sandbox. I don't really... I've tried career mode, I just can't get into it, like, at all. But I was thinking, you know, boil awful, it's sort of a neat feature to have, you know, it really doesn't serve any purpose if you can, you know, attach, other than, like, maybe difficulty, if you just attach solar panels to it and enable the cooling. But then I realized, you know, if you're in a career mode save, then yeah, there's probably going to be an extended period of time where you have access to liquid hydrogen, and you want to use it because, well, liquid hydrogen is super efficient. Gives you a lot higher ISP. Going for TLI now, but you probably don't have the power requirements in order to properly cool it. Or weight or stuff like that. Yeah, we'll fly out to orbit now. We'll get the we'll get our set as target. We'll get our what's it called? Our encounter with the Mun, and then we'll go ahead and adjust the inclination. And of course, in real life, you know, Kerbal Space Program, everything is simplified. Like even in this sort of stock-alike mod pack that been put together. Oh, I think my dogs are on the bed, and one of them's dreaming because he's making dream dog sounds. He's making like wub sounds. Leo, you okay? He's dreaming about something. I don't know what exactly, but alright, now we need to get this thing into a damn polar orbit. So let's go ahead and what would be the most efficient way of doing this? We need a dog cam. Dog cam would be nice. They're only here like part of the time, and you would just be looking at my bed. The whole time. Dog cam would be rather funny. I might actually go ahead and set one up. Okay, I don't want to waste my fuel. I'm just gonna see, like, in order to get into a polar orbit. Only 200 meters a second at delta V. Really? We can afford that. Plus, it's so far out from the Mun that, you know, it's gonna be a lot less Delta V inherently than, we might have to rely on the RCS a bit more, but... Huh, okay. If I had a maneuver there... I'm not... I don't really go to polar orbits all that much, so it's... radial in, maybe? Nope. Let's wait just a little bit. I might have to redo this mission, but we'll see. Maybe because I do have a webcam. I don't use it because I prefer the PNG and stuff like that, but maybe someday we will set up dog cam. Just if we just burn radial in, I think. No? What is this burn telling me to do? I'm wasting my fuel. Okay, let me load the last quick save. Okay. Let me go ahead. And just... we do that, right? That's only 148 meters a second of delta V. So... where would I even put dog cam on here? Like, make a little cutout under the newest follower sort of thing, and have dog cam there. Probably. You'd barely be able to see it. Or maybe I could switch to dog cam, like a redeem. Like a one thing redeem, where it's like, switch to dog cam to get like 30 seconds of my dogs. Just to see them. Would literally just be a camera pointing at my bed. What does become a Kerbal do? You get put into the game as a Kerbal. ASB, you get put into the game as one of my Kerbonauts and sent on missions. Kerbals. Someone already did this. Average did this, so he's Average Hot Rat Kerman. You get to determine your name, you know, your whatnot. Good to know, good to know. Yes, I do want to add more redeems, so... right now. So, yeah. I just have not had the time to do it because I've been busy. And also maybe a bit lazy too, so mix of both. Okay. Let's see. On escape. Spend the day warping out to the Mun. Let's see. Lunar Pathfinder. Okay, here we are. We are now in an orbit around the Mun. Let's see. Warp here. coming in over the poles. And now we will begin to circularize, I guess. And 1,000 for the apoapsis. Well, okay, I just realized something though, right? Because we need to... I believe that there is a specific... Oh, Bear has woken up. My dog has woken up. He is woken up from his sleep. I believe that there is a specific altitude that you have to perform an orbital survey at. Is there? No, you can do it here. Okay, but like, okay, what... To make this realistic, what orbit does the... How high does the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter... orbit at? About 200 kilometers away. I know I don't technically... I can just technically leave it here and it'll be fine, but I kind of don't want to do that. I kind of want to get this into a proper orbit. In that case... I mean, we can do 1,000 by 1,000. We can do 1,000 by 1,000 in order to that's where the relay has to go as well. So, well, first of all, I want to get this into like a properly inclined orbit. So, could we get into a properly inclined orbit first? I think for now we'll try and just get it into a we'll see. We'll see if we'll do a surface scan. Sorry, I'm debating in my head what to do with this. Let me go to the KSP wiki. KSP wiki. And then what is this? That's the probe core. Survey, KSP Wiki survey scanner. Survey scanner, KSP Wiki. The M7000 survey scanner is a orbital low resolution specific altitudes. So the max is 1,000 kilometers. Okay. So, and the minimum is 200 kilometers. So, or the minimum is 25. So, putting this into maybe like a... Put into like a 950 kilometer orbit or something. The Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter orbits at 200, and this is kind of similar to that. We can do it at 250. Would we have enough delta V, though? That's the question. That is the question. I think we'll just do it at a 900. Just to be safe. We'll have this orbit at about 900, and then we'll drop it off and, have it orbit a bit lower. There we go. And then warp to our periapsis. Oh, let's see. And we'll slowly have that go back down to 900 kilometers, but oh, nope, that went back. Well, okay, we can just drop it off in the rough vicinity because, you know, we actually do have RCS to adjust the final orbit. In that case, go ahead and deploy that. Undock. And this will, well, first we have to rename the vessel. That is a probe, and this is the Lunar Pathfinder. Oh, bonk. There it is. Okay. Roll. And then, first of all, we'll get it out of the way a little bit. We do need to have it go into the proper inclination, though. We'll set inclination first and then orbit. So we'll set this as a target. Let's go to our descending node. We'll warp to the descending node. Luckily, it's only 45 minutes away. We need to adjust the inclination to get it into a 90-degree inclination. And I am a stickler for inclination, so especially if it's in a polar orbit. I want my orbital parameters to be very, very much in line with everything. So we will get that into 90 degrees. There we go. And then, let's see. Orbital height. Okay, let's actually warp to like periapsis. And then we can get this into its orbit. And then yeah, well, I'll see how far we've gone since then. There are a couple of other things I would like to do tonight, but knocking out some missions would be nice. Let's see. Okay. There we go. And then time to apoapsis, warp here. Our inclination is just ever so slightly off, but oh well. Up. I don't know why it insists. Well, yeah, because I'm locking it to a certain thing. Okay. Nope. And apoapsis, periapsis. Yeah, warp to apoapsis a bit more. Up. I have warped all the way past the apoapsis. Come on, it needs to be. There we go. You know what? That's good enough. Okay. Point that thing in the normal direction. Yeah, narrowband scanner, CurbNet access, MUN, or surface too high. Let's see. Brush. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Toggle overlay. Where is there the most ore on the MUN? There's no place with 90%. Is there any place with 80%? Yes, there is. That's nice. Okay. I am now broke. Oh god, what did you buy? Uh. Alright, alright. Toggle overlay. Okay. We did not extend the antenna on this. Oh well. Oh well, there we go. So that's good. And now let me switch to these Munlink relays. I want to take a look at them real quick. Yeah, okay, so that's one. And then there's this one over here. That is not pointing in the right direction. That needs to point down. And 5. I have redeemed to become a Kerbal. Oh yeah, I don't have any, Oh, okay. I don't have any, alert for that. I probably should. Let's go ahead. Fulfill this request. Alright. Any particular name, gender, role, personality, stuff like that? You get to pick all of that. Let's see. As long as it's like don't go with some sort of stupid name or inappropriate name or something like that. Okay. Just the name? Male Kerman? Okay. Pilot, engineer, tourist, pilot, courage and stupidity. Let's see. Any particular courage or stupidity levels, or... I am stupid. Okay. Is that okay? I think that's okay. Great Kerbal. Kerbal created. There we go. We now have an engineer and a pilot, which is my phone ringing. No, I thought my phone was... Someone did text me, though. Let me go ahead and check that real quick. Let me see. Oh, okay. Just family group chat, you know, liking images and whatnot. Alright, so that's all good. Relay 2. Oh yeah, we have Relay 2 selected. Although I want to select... where is it? Where'd it go? Moonlink launch. We need to switch to Moonlink launch and finish this off. Let me check something real quick, though. Okay. Here we are. Now it's time to send this to its proper orbit, too. So we're going to light it up again. Light up the engine again. There we go. I can adjust the inclination once I finally get there. And then warp up there. And auto warp canceled. I flew past my apoapsis a little bit, but that's okay. We can compensate a bit later. Okay, there we go. Now time to deploy this thing. Deploy out the high gain antenna. And then this is going to be Lunar Pathfinder, Moonlink Relay, rename, configure vessel rename, Moonlink Relay, Relay 3. So Moonlink Relay 1, 2, and 3. Excellent. And now it is time to... I will make it Kerman. Oh my gosh. That's too good not to just do automatically. Uh... He's just fucking stupid. He's a tourist, too. Actually, we haven't made a scientist. We'll just make a scientist. That's too good not to just straight up make. Where's Kerman? He's in there somewhere, but okay, let's finish this off. First thing I will do, set as target. We need to warp up to our ascending node. Then control. And then we got to adjust the inclination down a little bit more. Good enough. Okay. Now we just warp to our apoapsis up here. Let's see. And then we got to adjust the I want to be at 5 or 1. Maybe we do actually want it to be at 1 just temporarily. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And now we just need to warp down to periapsis so we can adjust it more. And then it should be all good. And then we'll screw around in the VAB a bit more. Because we still have to launch and send our rover. Which, that's going to be a bit of an interesting mission because, as I said, I have a very particular landing spot in mind. So the next stream will probably be... I'll probably work on... I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably work on integrating the rover into a rocket maybe either later this stream or maybe early next stream, and we'll launch it. And we'll go find the... I want this base, which I still don't have a name yet for. I guess I could choose a Roanoke. That was a name that I was throwing around. I want that next to the Apollo 11 Neil Armstrong Memorial on the Mun. Because it's cool to have a base, next to an Easter egg. Also, just, I've been to that place before on the Mun, and it's actually a rather neat place. Or we could have it next to the KSP2, the other Mun Arch. There are a couple of Mun Arches around the moon. Alright, Munlink Relay 3 is now here. So that's nice. And now it is time to send this off into a solar orbit of its own. The Munlink launch to Chesapeake Upper Stage. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Piece of debris, Munlink launch 2. And then the vessel priority is all the way down. And now we will go ahead and then just have this thing burn until it goes off into a solar orbit. Hopefully we can get into a thing where it encounters Kerbal again, because for the other one I did well, actually, yeah, look, Kerbal encounter. Another Kerbal encounter. In 60 years. What if I just... We got a Kerbal encounter that's not 60 years away? Oh well. Maybe we will actually burn this thing to completion, just because... why not? Moho, Eve... There we go, it's now being burnt to completion. And, well, that is also going to fly off into... Just stop me before I go to bed. Good luck with your stream. Well, thank you, Average. I hope you have a nice nap. Also, Average, hold up. Can you stick around for 1 second? Because I actually have... I meant to show you this before, but you left. Which is, of course, the new PNG, which is currently being worked on. So that's the new PNG being done by Stinkerdoodle. He's doing a very nice job. So the colors next and a whole bunch of things. So I should be debuting with this in the next couple of weeks. Yes, very much so. Very much so. Yeah, so that's nice. Anyways, back to Kerbal Space Program. Okay. Now back to the tracking station. We now have our communication network around the Mun. Oh my gosh. Our communication network around the Mun successfully added. So, and now, of course, I gotta warp. I gotta warp to day 43 because I want to add some time in between missions. You're not just launching one after another. Bear has decided to get off the bed. Well, no, he's moving around on the bed. I really need dog cam. That's such a brilliant idea. Because they're in here most of the time. I don't know if we'll have that ready for tomorrow's Railroader stream, but certainly over the weekend. All right. So that's our lunar communication network. The Lunar Pathfinder does actually have a small relay dish on it too, so that's actually rather neat. So on an escape trajectory out of the sun. Out of the sun, no, that's just in a solar orbit. That's going to encounter Kerbal only in a year, huh? Interesting. As compared to the 60 that were before. The fact that Lunar Pathfinder is in between Lunar Relay 1 and 3 is bothering me, so I will just go ahead and change that, head back. Well, also please orient yourself that way. Go back to the tracking station. That should get us, oh, I think it's just, can I move that? No. Mark it as a probe. Okay, I guess that's just going to be like that. That should get us near continuous coverage around the moon. In some regard at least. So that should be good. Okay. The next thing to do is the rover. I'm not entirely sure. As I said, I'm not entirely sure how I want to go about integrating this thing onto the payload itself, onto the actual vehicle itself. This is also going to be a bit more of a complex mission because unlike the obviously with the Lunar Pathfinders, we were going to specific orbits. And this we're going to, specific orbits are generally easy to get to. But with this, we're going to a very specific location on the surface. How much does this weigh, too? About 5 tons? So the Chesapeake 10 would still be able to work. It's going to require a much, much bigger and more, honestly, quite ridiculous fairing. So this by itself, though, in vacuum, does have a decent amount of delta V, which is nice. Because, okay, here's what I'm thinking, right? So just keeping that there for now. Obviously, this gets us into a low lunar orbit, this gets us into a low lunar orbit. Second stage. And then the second stage also acts as a braking stage. So that by the time that this actually needs to separate and use its own engines, it's only a couple of kilometers above the surface of the moon. So okay. Yeah, this should work. Should work. Let me go ahead. I have this engine plate. I'm gonna go ahead and disable the shroud. And now you need like a stack separator. Of some variety, and then obviously we need the AE, the AE aeroshell. Can't have it in there. That's way too close. Can't have it in there. Like right there is fine. And then so these don't hold in. They just are. We have like I obviously don't want the thing just looking like it's being just suspended in motion. I will go ahead and I will put struts on it just because. Actually, nope. Yeah, there we go. And then I can remove that one from symmetry and just... That works a bit better. And then... Oh, and it went to 3. Okay. There's that, and then... Let me adjust the staging on this real quick. Let's see. Obviously, you're gonna need that. Obviously, you want the Septrons for that, and then the RL... Kind of like an RL-10. I think that's what that's supposed to be. And then... Yeah, like that. And then... Girder segment XL. No. Actually, we could attach it, like... At least... Well, it's attached, but, like, feign an attachment. Like this. Like that. And then... That's attached to that, right? have that just insert into there, right? Oh, let's see. Yeah, and just to make sure that looks better, I'll put an engine plate there, not because it will do anything, but just because it gives us sort of a hard surface to kind of attach that to. Engine plate. Go ahead. Disable staging. Go. And then have that go in like that. Or actually, hold up. The engine plate needs to go. There we go. Like that. Just because I'll drive myself insane if it isn't like no hard surface to attach it to. If it just glitches through a whole bunch of other stuff and it's kind of blatantly obvious. There we go. That works. And we can pretend that's basically attaching it to there. And then... yeah, that will attach, or detach. Let's see. Well, okay. Here's the thing, though. Here's what I'm worried about now. I've received a couple, there we go. When we go to disconnect this, obviously this is going to separate, but the rest of this is going to have to kind of swing out of the way, right, of this. Because we'll break, what we'll do is we'll do like Slim did. We'll come down initially like this, vertical, with this facing down. And then we'll transition to horizontal, and then that will separate out. But this needs some way to, like, swing out. So... I guess we can put just sort of a Sepatron. Just sort of there, right? Not there, because that would obviously bring the rover with it. But just sort of... let's see. Yeah, with a cubic octag right there. Well, that'll do is that'll swing it out of the way. So when we go to separate that, that will go ahead, swing that out of the way. We can, launch. What we can do, right, is we can go ahead and we can quickly test this, right, by saving it, putting it out on the launch pad. What I'll do is... I will, I'll hack the gravity and we'll test it out that way. But, up clock. Yeah, cheats, hack gravity. Reset. Hello. We'll just rotate this up. Slowly but surely, yeah. Let's see. We'll have this go up like that. That center of mass is also off. Oh, that's not even something I didn't even consider. Okay, well... Go ahead, separate that out. Yeah, okay. There's still drag, though, that's the thing. That we're not gonna have to deal with. And probably hacking gravity probably isn't the best idea. Okay, what we can do is we can set it on the Mun. Yeah, there we go. Easing in progress. Set orbit. Or, cheats. Reset. Yeah, just pretend that we're... This is just a test, just to see, right? So, I don't know, pretend we're like... Pretend we're trying to land, right? I can't while the ship is in motion. So... Pretend we're trying to land, right? We're coming in for a landing. There we go. Hey, that actually works. And then we just have the lander, which we need to land itself. That should work. That separation was rather clean. And, yeah, okay. That actually worked surprisingly well. And, you didn't even have to hack gravity in order to do it. Okay, we need to go back to Spaceplane Hangar. Something which we are going to have to do is... reverse the control point on that. We'll re-reverse it once we get actually to the lunar surface. But for now... Auto strut, we will strut that to heaviest part. And now it's time to build a absolutely ridiculous fairing. That's not... Actually, that is kind of a ridiculous fairing. It's not, like, too bad. It's pretty bad. Okay. In that case, though, we actually have this ready to go, ready to launch. Do I feel like doing that right now? You know what? I want to go talk with some friends. They're online. Yes. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this for another day. Because flying this mission is going to be a stream in and of itself, and... You know, I typically only really have the time to go for about 2 hours each night on these days. Next stream will probably be Saturday, if I were to guess. Saturday or Sunday. Probably Sunday. Sunday we will fly this. And we will go to the moon and we will find the Neil Armstrong Memorial. But I kind of just want to go talk with my friends right now. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I am going to kick y'all over to Radio Free Kerbal. But thank you all for watching. Thank you, Spud, Bud, and Hoxie for all joining in on this wonderful stream today. And I will see y'all in the next one, which will be tomorrow for Railroader, but hopefully more KSP soon. But thank you, everyone, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.